Well, I got my yard rough graded, and today was my maiden voyage with the 2 machines on the trailer. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be a handy setup right here. I got the grading bucket and the loader bucket, and I got the 3-foot one on. But we'll kind of walk around. I got a little bit of construction debris and stuff like that to clean up. But I should have been filming when I unchained it, but it's like getting super windy. But I had the one across the bucket, and then these two kind of actually work out because I think this one and that one's the D-rings that I added, but the loader goes to this one and the excavator goes to that one. They cross, but they actually are about an inch from touching with the height difference on the 2 machines. So, and I know a lot of people told me before that I need to flip the loader around and put the blade, but that's why I built this trailer. It's 26 feet long, so you don't have to. And the biggest reason is all the fuel doors are on the same side. They're all on the passenger side of the dump truck and that side, so that makes it real handy going to the station to fill everything up. So that's the house and my little tiny dumpster I get to load up, and there's just a couple little piles of wood, but luckily this is a good builder to work for, and he asked me if I didn't mind when I was here to do that. So it's not like the ones I used to where just like a bomb went off and they just kind of expected you to clean everything up. But I got a little bit to cut down by the back porch, and then I think I got to open up the end of that ditch and spread some rock, and then move some of what I cut from the back around to the front. So we'll get these things fired up and get to it. And another thing I like about this trailer is 8.5 feet wide, so plenty of room to walk next to the machines. It's probably hard to tell, but I did get the loader all detailed out inside here and cleaned up. Finished the service. We got looks like 83.54 on the hour. So yeah, I tried to kind of except for the floor, it's still pretty nasty, but try to kind of detail it out as best as I can. So it won't stay this clean for long. Probably after today we'll have a little dust and stuff in here. Let's get unloaded and get to it. Pile, and got some 2x4s and 2x6s over here, so we're gonna put these in our massive dumpster. This must be like a 10-yarder maybe. I didn't even know they even made dumpsters this small. Oops. Got a little dirt in there with it. I really haven't done my walk around yet with everybody running around. I'm just gonna get this cleaned up and kind of get started. I still can't remember which direction the thumb goes in this one versus more dirt. I'll just help weigh it down a little bit. It's crazier to me, like I get so used to that 2150. It's so much quieter in here than this, but with this one being half the size, it's you're basically just sitting right on top of the motor. Pick this other stuff up by hand real quick, but then we'll probably start along the back. You can kind of see that back porch in that corner right where the cord's at. Is where I need to cut down this. This is some of the stuff I'm going to try to drag around to the front and waste. That hole where that tree's at will take a lot of it. Homeowner's wanting to move, they want to move it in this crabapple tree. This was a house or that got actually destroyed in a tornado. So they're building back on an existing line. I think those trees actually survived and were already here. And if you're wondering, I'm just trying to kind of eyeball this side and then kind of carry that grade somewhat across here. It may be down a little bit deep, but it's always easier to put it back. And I gotta leave it where there's gonna be a little bit of a swell. This lot in the backyard kind of drains to the house. And there's also a little bit of a berm or a hill right there, but I can't fill that in because then all the water will run to that guy's house, and you actually can't just deliberately run your water off to the neighbors. A lot of people do, but you're not supposed to. that little hump kind of cut and loosened up a little bit. And then I can start kind of taking the loader and working that around. This is going to go to the trash pile. I guess I'm supposed to, I guess they're gonna extend the driveway. We're gonna put that base rock on it, but now they've decided they do want to do concrete, so I almost need to rake the rock over, dig the rock and junk, like the clay rock, down, and then put the base rock back and try to get it prepped where I'll stay about 4 inches below that other driveway. So that's kind of a pain, but it won't be too bad. And then I was gonna leave this area to back in there and get dirt, but with having base rock to the end of that pipe, that'll give us room to pull down and just go on the edge of that driveway and back the trucks around. I mean, it would be a little easier here, but it'll be better to dig this out now and kind of rough grade it or get it back. I got the grading bucket. I'm just gonna kind of dig the bulk of it out with the tooth bucket, just because it's some rocky junk, and then I'll slick it up with the grading bucket. I just took too much out. Now it's back down to the existing. Need to find the spot because I gotta move. Let's go next. Back into the existing grass. gonna come back at some point and pour concrete on it. I'm gonna try to flare the driveway out just a little, but the bad part is it's close to the pipe. It's kind of tough to do. I just thought I'd get this side getting compacted, then I can just scrape that rock over. This is the 24-inch. Just I guess for those that haven't seen the other video when I got it. It's identical to the one that Les Dig has. I mean, the paint and everything on it. I know it may not look like on camera it's compacting, but it, like I said, it's picking the machine up. It's just the depth of those pads, it kind of leaves that loose on the top till you get to that last lift. I'm not getting real carried away with that edge. So. Time to jump in the loader and start pushing this around. I feel kind of bad because the wind has really picked up and this is going to be dusty, but the guys are here putting the soffit up for the siding. But I mean, I don't know, I'm gonna try to do my best to just kind of stay on this side because they're kind of in that side over there by where I was working in the driveway in that front corner. But we all kind of have a job, so plus I got to try to get back to the 2150 tomorrow, so I'm just gonna start kind of pushing some of this around. I'm gonna take it over there and kind of leave a pile of it by the Bradford Pear, and then here later on, my plan is to dig that up, backfill this, run the compaction wheel over it, and do a few lifts, and then try to replant that tree. And they want to do the same thing with that, I think it's a crabapple, but yeah, I don't know. Then but the wind is going to be kind of tough. It's probably going to have to stake them up, and then lots of water. But that's kind of my plan for now, and then I can kind of see what I got left here. I got all the rock piled up at the end of the driveway. I don't know, I may have to take a little bit down on the far end from that existing driveway, but it's pretty close. I need to get the laser out and shoot it, but I may have room for a few inches of rock before they put the concrete on there. But I want to get all that dirt and junk cleaned up. I got some pieces of concrete to take to the pile and start smoothing all this rock over. So that's what we're working on now. So I'm not 100% done up here, but it seems like when the sun starts going down, it gets a little bit dark. These GoPros are hard to pick anything up. I may hold off on taking that tree out and pushing that dirt in that hole tonight because it's still pretty windy, and I don't know, I figure it'll blow over. They were supposed to bring some stakes and stuff like that back, and they've never showed back up with those, so the builder was anyway. But they want to try to just fill this hole in and just raise this tree up right where it's at. So I don't know, usually the best time is like, I don't know, the end of November, December through February, or normally when the tree's dormant and it's nice and cold. But I raised this one earlier and that was kind of a fight with the wind, so. But it's actually holding up surprisingly well. Sorry, like I said, for the wind. And then this is kind of how the backyard, I may stand over there. Yeah, we'll go to the other end. I haven't touched up the ditch anymore, but I kind of got it cleaned up there. I eyeballed the grade on the rock based off that other piece of concrete, and they're not sure how far over they're gonna go. They act like they were just gonna match that side, which is like 18 inches or something past the door, which would put them about at that water spout. But then they've also talked about going to this concrete pad and then down, and it would kind of flare out. So I just got this in here for now, because if that's the case, I gotta cut a little more of this out to get enough rock and stuff like that in. So I may need to do a little more cutting with the excavator and kind of grading that out right there. But at least for now, until they can kind of figure out some of this other stuff and get the siding on, this should suffice. I mean, I've pretty much got everything they wanted done today. Yeah, not too shabby. Well, I'm gonna work at it a little bit longer, but I figured the camera wouldn't pick any of it up. So this was kind of my end of the day walk around.